Hello, my name is Makayla, and this video will hopefully help you find things that you should bring to college that aren't on the typical college packing list, because last year I was googling so many lists and trying to think of every single thing that I should bring to college, and a lot of the websites were like, bring socks, bring sheets, which obviously you need to bring, but that's kind of obvious. But what are the random nitpicky sorts of items that you may not think to bring but are very useful to have in college? This is what this video is intended for. I think it's going to be a pretty fast video. First, a weekly whiteboard scheduler. And this is really handy because you can put in the stuff that happens that's recurring each week. I don't want to write down in my planner things that happen each week, like a board meeting for Feminist Forum. I'm not going to write that down every single Wednesday in my planner, for example. So this weekly whiteboard allows you to write down your classes, club meetings, all that stuff that's not going to change from week to week, and it keeps your planner cleaner. Which brings me into my next item, planner, which you do see on a lot of lists, but I don't think everyone gets one. Keep your planner for items that, homework assignments, things that aren't every single week that won't be on your weekly whiteboard. Item number 3 is a spray bottle. I've talked about this one before in my videos, and now I feel like I'm becoming a spray bottle fanatic. I'm not, it just happens to come up, I'm so sorry. But a spray bottle, because it's a lot easier than ironing and it's a lot cheaper than a steamer for your clothing. You can literally just like squirt your clothing, smooth it out. It definitely does not work as well as ironing, but it works in a pinch. Stamps and envelopes. Even if you're not writing to friends and family, this is still very useful because you might get care packages for college and you'll have to write a thank you letter, and it's just really handy to have those stamps and envelopes on hand. Come here. He was snuffling at the door. Okay. Where was I? Another good one is Febreze, because you keep all your stuff in your room, like shoes, coats, and you want it to smell nice in there, so Febreze. One of the squirty, like, spray ones. A journal, this one's not for everyone, but it's kind of cool to keep track of what your day looks like in college, because then when you're 50 years old and you look back, you can remember everything that happened in college. Lysol wipes. This is probably because my first year of college was during the pandemic, but it was really nice to have Lysol wipes on hand to wipe down my desks and stuff. Likewise, hand sanitizer. Each time you get into your room, it just feels good to use hand sanitizer, at least it did for me. Sunscreen, if you're in an area that's sunny, that's always really good to have on hand, as well as warmer clothes if you're going to a colder area. Bring mittens and hats, gloves, scarves. These actually aren't items that are really out of the ordinary, but I figured I'd put them on anyway, just in case. Pain reliever medicine. It's a really good idea to have it on hand so that you're not having to walk to a store or something. You want to have that in your dorm, as well as like band-aids and just any other first aid items. So a small blanket is also a good idea, kind of like this one on my bed behind me. You can keep it on your bed, so after you've been sitting at a desk in a classroom, you can go relax on your bed without getting your outside clothes on your comforter. But it's also good to have because then you can take it outside and kind of use it as a picnic blanket. Breakfast food. Bring lots of breakfast snacks, whether that's bagels, bread, cereal, oatmeal, because a lot of mornings it's going to be cold and rainy and it's really annoying to walk to a dining hall. Bookmarks. Bring more bookmarks than you think you'll need, because you will be reading a lot of books at once. At least for me, college became a lot more book heavy. Reconsider your typical outfits. And what I mean by this is, in high school, you can wear a lot more shorts and skirts because you're inside most of the day, but in college, you're walking to and from classes outside, so have a higher ratio than you typically would of pants to shorts or pants to skirts, dresses, that sort of thing. Hand warmers and toe warmers. These are essential if you're in a cold area or a windy area. They really keep you warm. Spare charger. Obviously, not everyone has this and they are expensive, so don't worry about it if you don't have a spare charger, but if you do, you should bring it because it's cool to have in your backpack, so you don't have to like bring one in and out of your dorm, and that way if you go to study in the library, you just know you have a charger on hand. A doorstop. If you are feeling very social and you want to have your door open to let anyone who wants to say hello come into your room. A lot of the doors, at least at my college, will just close automatically, so you'll want a doorstop so that way you don't have to use a trash can or something. Shower shoes. Probably you're going to be sharing a shower with other people, and at least for me, I do not like to go barefoot in a shower where other people have been barefoot. So like just plastic flip-flops is what I wear. Tide Pods. Bringing laundry detergent I think is a lot harder because it's bulkier. Small Tide Pods are a lot easier to carry down to the laundry rooms, so I found those are essential for college. Earplugs. Even if you're in a rural college, your dorm will probably be loud because there will be people either above, below, or to the left or right of you that are going to be having a party at some point during the year, and that can be a little bit hard if you're trying to sleep or study. So definitely bring just those kinds of earbuds that are soft. You can twist them up and stick them in your ears. It really blocks out the sound very well. Notebooks. Some people bring loose paper, some people bring notebooks. I think notebooks work better for college because you'll be taking so many notes that it's kind of exhausting to be trying to arrange all your loose notes in a binder. So just bring kind of a notebook for each class. I think it's the easiest way to keep track of everything considering you will have so many notes. Bring lots of different types of coats. Again, you're going to be going outside all the time, and honestly, like my coat kind of became just part of my outfit because often I wasn't even taking it off. If I was just going to the dining hall, hanging out outside, you're going to be wearing a coat all the time. I was lucky because my mom was getting rid of some of her coats while I was packing for college, so a lot of the coats that I was actually wearing this last year were secondhand, and it allowed me to bring more coats than I owned. It was wonderful. It was very exciting because I felt like I had lots of different outfits throughout the year. And then if you have a mini fridge in your room, bring lots of plastic Tupperware containers. At least for me, I often had extra food from the dining hall. You'll probably accumulate leftovers at some point during the school year, and it's just a lot easier to put into that Tupperware to keep in the fridge for later. Gum, I really liked having around. Little notepads to jot down notes whenever I thought of them. You know, not like actual notebooks, but just small little notepads. If you have a roommate, bring a reading light, so then that way you don't disturb your roommate by having a big light on. I believe that's all I can think of right now. Have a great time packing. I love packing. So much fun. And thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your week.